Brothers and sisters, Honorable MT of Tema, we regard you as the political head of this region. Tema is regarded as a region, and you are the political head. And that's why we have regional police commander, we have regional officer of ICU, and we have regional managers of the various institutions and organizations. Protestation against the intended sale of Valco. Valco is a strategic national asset that has witnessed significant progress in recent years and must therefore be protected and preserved for the benefit of present and future generations. Any attempt to transfer a controlling stake to a private investor under the guise of equity investment would deprive the people of Ghana of state ownership of this vital national asset. The decision to pursue equity investment will undoubtedly alter the ownership, control, and the strategic direction of Valco, notwithstanding the persistent opposition and repeated calls by the workforce and the National Union for the proposal to be abandoned. And I emphasize the proposal should be abandoned ab initio. Credible information available to the union indicates that GEDEC is determined to proceed with the release of a 70% equity stake in Valco to Art Holding Consortium, thereby handing over the management and operations of the company to a private investor. The transfer of Valco to a private investor poses significant risk, including potential job losses, diminished workers' welfare, and adverse financial consequences for both the workforce and the state. The state and the workforce have invested enormous resources, expertise, and dedication in restoring Valco to its present state of progress. It is therefore unacceptable to relinquish control of the company to a private investor at a time when the benefits of these collective efforts are beginning to materialize. Indeed, to crown it all, the Sector Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, in his statement of Wednesday, 15 July 2026, highlighted the significant progress and success being recorded by Valco. Therefore, wherein lies the justification, wherein lies the justification to sell Valco. Government must not allow the narrow interest of a few individuals to override the national interest. The gains made by Valco have been achieved through the sacrifices of the state, management, the board, and the workforce, and should not be surrounded for the benefit of private interests at the expense of the people of Ghana. Government, the board, management, and labor have worked collaboratively to restore Valco to its current level of operational stability and growth. It would therefore be economically imprudent for GEDEC to proceed with this proposed transaction, which threatens job security, undermines Ghana's integrated aluminium industry, and compromises the long-term strategic interest of the Union. It is unconscionable for any many or a few private interests to reap where they have not shown, after others have borne the burden of rebuilding the company. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, in his address at the 2026 National May Day Parade in Cambodia, stated, and I quote, "As we pivot to growth, we must protect the human capital that drives it. A reset Ghana means Healthy Ghana government has worked very hard to revive many state-owned enterprises that were previously in a state of collapse, and many other state-owned enterprises are now running more efficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge the TUC and organized labor not to sit back and look on aloof when management and governing boards are mismanaging their enterprises, because when these enterprises collapse, it is the workers that suffer the most. So when you see things going wrong, don't sit aloof. Point it out and make sure corrections are done. Unquote. In the spirit of this commitment and in recognition of His Excellency's reputation as a listening president, we respectfully call upon him to intervene decisively to halt the proposed sale of Valco and ensure that this strategic national asset remains under the ownership and control of the people of Ghana. I say it should be under the control of the people of Ghana, because this is one of the greatest assets that were bequeathed to Ghanaians by the first president of the Republic of Ghana, the late Osayibo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And we are saying that what the white man can do, and indeed, Valco was established jointly by the white people and Ghana government during the tenure of office of His Excellency Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And we're saying that we used to have Kaiser Valco, but today we have Ghana Valco. The people came and contributed their bit. They packed their bag and baggage and left the source of Ghana and handed over to Ghanaians. And this is the test case for us. It is not this time that we will now want to hand over to another investor. Those investors, they will not have the country's interest at heart. Should our concerns, I repeat, should our concerns remain unaddressed within the shortest possible time, the union will have no option but to consult its appropriate structures and determine the next course of action. Such action, if deemed necessary, will assume a national character in defense of the strategic interests of Valco, its workforce, and the people of Ghana. We're saying that this must be stopped ab initio, and that we are not going to stay aloof as the president's wisdom teaches us. I want to inform the whole country, all of us, leaders, stakeholders, that we are poised as a union, a labor union that believes in protecting the national asset. We believe that that is the only way we can keep our jobs. That is the only way we work to expand and to be able to employ more workers into the existing institutions. We have slated a meeting. I have already sent a letter, a circular to all our strikers nationwide, all the 16 regions of Ghana. I have sent a circular to all of them And the National Executive Council, which is the largest and decision-making body of the conference. About 60 of them are reporting to Accra on Thursday and will be holding an emergency National Executive Council meeting on Friday, the 31st of July 2026. So if by then we have not heard anything positive, I think the National Executive Council will discuss and determine the way forward. But what we are witnessing this morning might be the tip of the iceberg, but the real action is yet to be unfolded. We take this opportunity to appeal to all well-meaning Ghanaians, organized labor, civil society organizations, CSOs, professional bodies, and all patrons who have the national interest at heart to join us in safeguarding Valco. Today, we must ensure Together, we must ensure that this strategic national asset remains under state ownership and continues to serve as a catalyst for Ghana's industrialization, economic transformation, and sustainable employment for generations to come. Brothers and sisters, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the way and manner you came out in your numbers. This action was to test your combat readiness, your alertness, so that the bigger one, when we design and we decide to execute, we will get all of you. We want to thank you, and especially those of you who are coming from Valco, that immediately after the presentation of the petition to His Excellency, will expect that you go back to your workplace and continue work. This action is not intended to truncate productivity. Thank you very much for your attention. I now take the opportunity to present the petition to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana through our own madam, our own mother, and you know, women care so much. And we want to thank the President for giving us a mother to care for us in 7 years. And I have no doubt in my mind that Honorable MC will take this petition and hand it over to the President with speed and alacrity. Thank you. Then, apart from that, there's the President's copy. The MC should also be privy at the content of the President's speech. So, Honorable, please, this is your copy. And we say, Awa, do. This is the first time that I'm meeting you. So you are most welcome. You can always come on the national youth so that we work collaboratively with you and the coaches of the country around. Thank you very much for availing yourself to do this honor to the great gracious of Ghana. Thank you very much.
Let's create space.
Can you give chance to the media?
Please, we can all go there.
Michael.
People
they talk too much.
Charlie,
Everybody talk too much. They talk too much.
Message that I will dutifully and with alacrity, as you suggested, deliver to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Mahama. I want to thank you for the peaceful manner of your march to the government premises of the city of Tema. I want to thank the security forces for providing protection not only for you as citizens of Tema, but also for us, and to ensure that this is taking place. As large as the numbers are, as forcefully as your presence is felt, very peacefully. That is important. I take a lot of comfort in what I hear from the submission, that this is not only in concern for preserving the dignity and integrity and power of the Republic of Ghana, but also in recognition that under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the appointees that he has put in place to oversee the affairs of institutions, especially state-owned enterprises, are beginning to see the results and the effects of that good governance. You say that we're beginning to reap the rewards of the new trend. So it is also an admission of your faith and your trust in the capability of Ghanaians, especially under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to produce good and better results through our enterprises for the Ghanaians and for the state. So in good faith, we send this message across, and I want to reassure you that this is a distinct government, and that no matter what, you must keep faith in the good intentions and the resolve to reset, not only reset the nation, but to ensure jobs, prosperity, and economic viability for all. So on this note, I want to thank you again for the peaceful nature of your approach to us, and reassure you that your concerns will be addressed in the most transparent and engaging manner with the community. Thank you very much.